This is Talk to Farina Najam from Division of Arts and Social Sciences, University of Education, Lower Mall Campus, Lahore. How to shade and pencil shading technique. Dear students, this is a practical topic. First of all, I would like to explain about this topic. First of all, what is shading? Actually, shading is a process of applying varying levels of darkness to create the illusion of form and depth. Aside from practicing proper shading and blending techniques, a good understanding of light, plans, and counters are crucial for turning a flat line drawing into a realistic portrait that conveys the illusion of form, bringing your drawing to life. Pencil shading techniques. There are 4 techniques: etching, cross etching, circulism, counter shading. Etching. This shading technique consists of a series of lines that go in one general direction. You can increase the value by applying more pressure and or using a softer grade of pencil. This technique, especially for speed drawing, it's a huge time saver. When using this technique, always angle your pencil more towards the paper so your strokes are nice and thick. This allows you to minimize gaps, making it easier to blend. You can see this portrait in etching. Another. Can see the style of shading in lines. This portrait in etching technique. Cross hatching. The cross hatching technique consists of overlapping lines coming from multiple directions. You can use this technique to convey wrinkled or highly textured skin as well as some types of fabrics. Portrait in cross hatching. Another one example in cross hatching. Still life in cross hatching technique. Landscape painting in cross hatching. You can see the style of shading. Circulism. Circulism is great for creating realistic skin textures. The idea is to draw many circles that overlap each other, building tone with each other added layer. This technique requires a lot of patience. When using this technique to draw skin with fine wrinkles, sharp tip. For smooth skin, angle your pencil more so you get slightly blunt circles which are much easier to blend, giving the skin a softer appearance. As you can see in this portrait drawing. Another example. Another one. You can see the shading style in circulism. Counter shading. This technique is similar to etching or cross etching, except you are curving the lines to follow the counter of the form you are shading. Counter lines can be drawn vertically, horizontally, and even diagonally. This is a great shading technique to practice giving form to your line drawings. With a sharp pencil tip, it's great for shading fine wrinkles. An example, drawing in counter shading. Another example, you can see the shading style. Pencil shading tips and tricks. How to shade smoothly. Increase your range of motion. Use the right amount of pressure. Value consistency. How to shade smoothly. There are a few factors involved in achieving a smooth pencil shade. Good pressure control, tight strokes, shadow lining, reduce white dots, remove black dots again, blend before you blend. Good pressure control. Maintain consistent pressure for each individual stroke. To get a smooth shade, you will want thick strokes which are close together. Move your hand high up on the pencil and away from the tip. The more you angle the side of your lead towards the paper, the thicker your strokes will be. The thicker, the better. These strokes can be easily blended. Reduce white dots. The more textured the paper, the more white dots you will get across your drawing. This can make your drawing look very grainy. You can reduce white dots by shading it shading in many layers. Remove black dots again. If you are using a highly textured paper, you might get some black dots across your drawing. If you are shading skin, these dots can look like stubble. So if you are going to use a blending tool on your drawing, remove the dots first. Create a pointy end on your kneaded eraser to dab each of the dots away. Understanding light, the light and dark side, cast shadow, occlusion, shadow, the light and dark side. The side facing the light consists of the core light, highlight, and midtones. Core light, the area on the surface of a form that faces the light source directly. It is darker than the highlight. Highlight, a reflection of the light source on the form. The highlight is the lightest area and will appear in different places depending on your viewing angle. At certain angles, the highlight will not exist in your line of sight. On glossy surfaces, it will be very defined while appearing soft on matte surfaces. Midtones are the darkest values on the light side and are lighter than the core shadow. These areas are not facing the light directly. Midtones appear darker and darker as they approach the shadow side, as the surface of the form starts facing away from the light. The side facing away from the light consists of the core shadow and reflected light. The core shadow or formed shadow is a dark strip that appears after the terminator. The appearance of the core shadow can be affected by reflections or multiple light sources. Cast shadow. A cast shadow appears when a form blocks light from reaching the surface of another form. The edges of a cast shadow can appear soft or hard depending on the intensity and distance of the light source. In direct sunlight, the edges will appear hard, while in diffused light, such as a cloudy day, edges will be soft. In cast shadow, the longer a cast shadow gets, the lighter and softer it becomes due to reflected light from the environment around it. Occlusion shadow is usually the darkest area as it is least affected by reflected light. What are the best pencils for sketching and shading? Hard pencils and soft pencils. Hard pencils produce clean, sharp and light lines which are great for sketching, architectural drawing, product sketches, etc. The harder the pencil, the more difficult it is to blend. Be careful when shading or outlining with sharp, hard pencils because they can leave deep indents in your paper which are very difficult to cover up. Soft pencils produce dull and dark lines, which are easy to blend. Soft pencils deposit more graffiti with less effort, making it easy to fill in space, blend shape, and add texture to your drawing. They are the best pencil for shading and drawing portraits. Hardened soft pencils. Understanding pencil grades to achieve a realistic drawing that communicates form and depth. Your drawing will need to have a wide range of values. Invest in a set of high quality pencils with a range of grades that fit your specific drawing needs. A typical full set of pencil will range from 9H hardest to 8B softest. Having a full set is not necessary for drawing. The range you need depends on the type of drawings you do. Thanks.